All right, you guys, I feel like a total moron. I just had a really good reading and I forgot to hit record. While everyone's doing readings on the future in 2024, all those are kind of winding down. I thought it would be a good time to do this one that I had tonight called Fat Infinity. And I just read on this. Well, not read. I used the pendulum. I had a vision in meditation today, you guys, of the four, I don't want to call them vertices, but the points on an infinity symbol, where the slope was getting less smooth. You know how it goes like this, and it goes like this and this. Today I got it such that when I looked at it in this vision I had, it was going more like so. At first I was alarmed because it looked like infinity was turning in on itself, and ultimately, you guys, it is turning in on itself. But before I tell you why it is, I asked a series of questions. And the first one I asked was whether it meant precipitous change now or in the future. And I got a no on either of them. And then I asked about the past. Does it mean coming to terms with the past? And I also got a no. And I also asked somewhere in between those two questions, is it for the greater good? In other words, for the evolution of time to die, that this is happening? And I did get a yes with the pendulum. Then I asked, is it about past, present, and future coming together and accepting them all as one? I got a yes. So what it told me was that, because I asked if the precipitous change as well before these questions, somewhere in the middle, like toward the beginning, if that meant how badly it was going to shake out, meaning if mankind doesn't adjust to the notions that, time doesn't exist, in that it's all one, we're all one, blah, blah, blah. The dimensionality of time doesn't exist. Will we hurt ourselves? I got to know. And then it dawned on me, the fattening of time, even with the precipitous, it just means it's widening, as I said before. And it also means that the possibilities are greater. And ultimately, if it gets so wide, guess what happens? It's going to get so big in that symbol with all the, it's just going to turn on itself. And that means even greater possibilities than infinity, because that last vestige, that last piece of what we think of as forever, because in your mind, forever, you can't envision in your mind an endpoint or a beginning point for forever. Same with infinity. But if you turn it on itself, and it does fall on itself because those 4 points where change is precipitous, and we're in one of those now, you can have more possibilities than even infinity, than even infinite possibility. Even if the change seems so precipitously abrupt or forced or not, or for that matter, even if you're not forcing it or it's not foisted upon you, the possibilities are still endless. And I think we're going into that. So I was at the point where I was going to start reading cards on it. And then I looked at this and I saw I hadn't started recording. However, the other part of my vision was, and I didn't get this out, before or after that, I think it was after, I did see a cowbell, or what, don't laugh, what I thought was a cowbell, and there was an arrow, or what I thought was an arrow pointing within it. But then when I looked within it to see if it were an arrow, I then saw a scale. And for some reason, it was it just said Richter scale to me. So I think seismic change was what I was trying to get, and that might have been tied to that infinity thing. But I'm feeling like we're going to have earthquakes in parts of the country that are more severe than we've seen in a while. And I don't even think it could be California. I think it's when it's about seismic change, I think it's about plates shifting in other places where there are fault lines. I don't think it's California. So I wanted to see that. God of my angels, I bring you back this evening, pendulum. I was foolish not to turn record on. For some reason you didn't want me to, or my guides and you collectively. Was there a reason you didn't want me to turn on the record? I want to know, just for my own work through you, my divine light. If in fact there was something I got right tonight, I need you to reaffirm it to all those who practice in the light. Clearly I got some prankster spirits here, because this isn't what they were telling me before, although less emphatically. All right, for real. Are you mad, pendulum, because you didn't want them to know? Is that why you're embarrassing me? And I don't mean it facetiously. Are you embarrassing me in my credibility because you didn't want them to know? That's a yes, you guys. You didn't want them to know. Why? Did you not want them to know because of something that you only wanted me to know? No. Did you not want them to know because in the immediate future, even though it doesn't seem the future for what we intend it to mean now, there are going to be some hurdles that we have to overcome? Circle. So I feel like our understanding is what I'm getting from this is we have to be open-minded enough, and maybe there are people out there who are going to just think I'm a wackadoodle anyway and not believe me. And that's fine. But that's what I'm getting. I wish I were like Terry with her pendulum, huh? All right, back to the earthquakes. Will there be serious earthquakes in parts of the country that are thought not to be susceptible to them in 2024? Will there be earthquakes in parts of the continental United States and Canada where people readily don't associate seismic activity with those areas. So no, not moving. I can't get an answer. All right, whatever. Be that way. God, my angels, tell me the energy of the tectonic plates in the Northeast, in Massachusetts and Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont. For that matter, just tell me the energy of the fault lines and the earthquakes in the United States right now. Current energy is the Lovers, and this is the what do you call it? Visions of Life Tarot by Taroko Studios. I feel like we've grown accustomed to believing, and this is what the Lovers means if it's straight up, that if we stay out of certain areas of the country or don't live there, the energy right now is such that there's a certain element of comfortability in thinking that they're not in certain places, but we'll see what that means. Reliance is what this card means, or in bed with, or all these other things. But what I'm getting is familiarity, thinking along certain lines, and that's see the imagery there. Greatest challenge to the future of earthquakes or in 2024. I'm hearing East Coast versus West Coast with this one, rivalry. Thinking that just because you don't live, and this should be reversed. So if it's reversed, it's another thing it turned on to itself, meaning they're in such the West Coast, like Tupac Biggie. This is like there going to be more happening, is what I'm hearing in the East, or there's going to be more evidence of fault lines that could be causing earthquakes or seismic activity, is what I'm seeing with this, because who can outdo the other? And that's the challenge right now, is trying to figure out where they're going to happen in the East. That's what I'm getting. In our current energy, the energy we're sitting in right now, this is the World card, and I'm getting it reversed. So let me show you the artwork, because it's very cool. I'll try to bring it over and not. It's the sense of accomplishment, and what he's got here. It would be probably on your left is the world. It's reversed. So the energy we're sitting in, or the earthquakes are sitting in, what that's telling me is it's going to be global. And we're confident of that, because it's not unconscious energy. I'm still mad at you, Pendulum, for what you did earlier. You make people wonder about your reliability. I am going to have to clean out the energy tonight with my turquoise Do it now. It's tourmaline spray, blue tourmaline. The energy in the past with this, you guys, is did I have this reversed? Yeah. Freedom reversed. I'm not sure if this is one of the suits, within one of the suits, which card this is. In other words, which one it would correspond to it in the regular tarot. But again, I'm getting that sort of sense of, even with the work that we've done on the West Coast, we feel pretty protected, but not for long. Unconscious energy. Illusions. That just tells me that we know in the back of our minds we're due for one in the East, or whether it's the Midwest or whatever. That's what that tells me. Because the bell and the dove, that means, what do doves normally signify, you guys? Like hope, purity, but they're ringing, like they've got bells, unpleasant bells below them. So to me, it's like telling her you're going to be duped if you believe this certain reality. In the near future, romantic, again, idealizing where they're going to have that, they're not going to happen here. They're not going to happen here. A lot of people are going to be rocked to the core. Probably people like me in the East. A certain element of complacency, even if they happen in places where they normally would happen, because you wouldn't think you're due for one. And yeah. Okay, and then the energy we're sitting in, or the energy we're attracting right now with the World card, with the energy we're sitting in with that, is the Empress. I think this is the stork, and pregnant with the possibility, you guys, is what I'm getting from this. I didn't set it up that way. I mean, how we're attracting it is stupid, but in the actual arena of where the card would fall, it's telling us we're due for one, a big one probably. But where, oh where? What's influencing us right now? Enthusiasm. I don't know to which one this corresponds. If it does, I'm sure it does. They all do. Someday I'm going to take SG Tarot's advice and notate these, or there was my own advice that I asked her and I haven't done it yet. A lot of people are excited about this. Believe it or not. There are people in parts of the country where they don't normally have them, who are there are seismologists that are relocating, I'm getting from this, that are looking at it and going, hey, this looks interesting. What are the shifts looking like? What are in these are in pockets where there might have been like a 2.0 or something, and they're getting really into it. Hopes and fears. Stress. This could be if we're talking about the energy in the ground, or if even with enthusiasm, that means the plates are moving. And the energy there, the fault lines are under stress, you guys. And future outcome. This corresponds to something in the deck, but I don't know which one. Charm. That's the outcome. I'm getting from that card. I'm getting just by the word alone the shape of the United States or the inland areas, or things are going to become as a result of some of these fault lines. The shape of things, the topography is going to change, because when I think of charm, I think of something that alters or changes the face of something for the better. But it also can be a mystic type of thing that eludes positive change, or doesn't manifest positive change. It's trickery. So yeah, I wish I had more, you guys, on why Pendy didn't want to cooperate with me about my vision. God damn it. Bye.